Hello and welcome to Hearts Standard after another defeat for Hearts. It was a decent performance at least this time. Joel, what were your thoughts on the game?
I'll just reiterate what Liam Fox said, frustrating and disappointment. Just because it was like if I was forced to take my maroon tinted specs off and my Hearts hat off, I would say it was a really, really exciting game, like really enjoyable to watch. But the end result was not so enjoyable. But when you consider Hearts conceded after within 2 minutes, and then from there until the second Aberdeen goal, Hearts were the better side. If George Grant had stayed on the pitch, I think we're talking about a draw or perhaps a win. You look at the game as a whole, I'm not going to say Hearts deserved to win, because I think you deserve, you get what you deserve, but I thought Hearts did enough for a lot of that game to have won. Chances created, the way they made it difficult at times for Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen shot themselves in the foot a few times, but a lot of that was down to Hearts' really good play. But ultimately, the red card from George Grant, it's killed us.
I should say this is shaking about in the rain, so sorry if you're getting a little bit
the wind.
The wind,
Yeah.
Sorry, shaking about in the rain. So sorry if you're getting a little bit of a seasickness watching this. I suppose when we look at even just the first half, Aberdeen didn't create a whole lot. I mean, you say they take the lead in the first couple of minutes. It was a deflected shot. After that, they in the first half didn't really force a save out Craig Gordon. It was Hearts creating all the chances. I mean, I suppose given the rut that Hearts are in, I know they won the other night, but I suppose they do deserve a bit of praise for the mentality they showed in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
going behind so early.
Yeah, and I think they deserve praise for the way they went about the game, because you consider, yes, there's all the fatigue element, the travel element, but there's also not as much time between Thursday night and the travel plans to actually prepare to face Aberdeen and get game plan in place. They trained at Formartine, however you pronounce it.
You're right the second
time.
time.
They trained there on the Saturday, I believe, because they stayed up here after the Dinamo Minsk game, and to put in a kind of really measured performance, shown that resilience, having gone behind, and the way they went about it was really impressive. And we're standing here talking about another defeat, but there was far more positives to take from this game than there was in the vast majority of games this season put together.
Yeah, even the Ross County game. I mean, I was talking about the positives that could be taken from there, and it was scraping the barrel because of the run that we're on and things like that. But I think we played a lot better there than we did against Ross County. I suppose there's still a little bit of a fragility there. So for all I'm saying there that Craig Gordon wasn't really bothered too much in the first half. I still think we looked vulnerable when Aberdeen went direct against us.
Yeah, and I think that's something that the probably new manager will have to fix long term. Is that I kind of wrote about it in the preview or the predicted lineup, but the kind of transition period between Hearts having possession and losing it, and teams can and that's something that Aberdeen really good at with their pace and their directness, and they certainly caused us a few times. And I turned to you in the first half, and there was a few times where Frankie Kent or I think Ogie Goki maybe once, Boateng just got their leg in and stopped a through ball, or intercepted a pass, or stopped a player from advancing into the box. So yeah, I think there is an element of vulnerability that needs to be fixed defensively.
You wrote about Spittle after the game. He scored a cracking goal. He had probably his best performance in a Hearts jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. I think asked him that after the game. I don't think there's any problem about it. I think he did all right against Ross County. Did he do all right against Ross County?
Came off the bench.
Yeah. Perhaps there was again.
Changed that much.
Yeah, Ross.
He might have come off the bench. I think it was Grant and Devlin that started as the eights.
But he definitely performed well against Dinamo Minsk. I think he's one of the few that probably got pass marks for that on an individual level. And then it was his best performance today. I just thought out of possession he put a lot of dig. but in possession he was really progressive for the ball. He linked up well with Danda and then James Penrice when he came on, and then you saw with his goal, that's what Hearts fans have been wanting from since he's signed from Motherwell, is his ability to shoot from outside the box, to score from outside the box. That's something that is a massive attribute for a player to have in your team.
And finally, I mean, what does this kind of mean for Hearts this season? We think we're going to have a new manager by the time we play a new game, the next game. What does this performance and result mean for the new man coming in, do you think?
So, I think it's unfortunate that we. This
video's a state. Sorry guys, Joe's holding it so it doesn't fall over. It's like a thin tripod, so any wind, it's like so. Sorry guys.
It's unfortunate that didn't win. On a personal level for Liam Fox, I think him handing over to the new manager essentially 7 points, so 2 wins and a draw would be a massive massive bonus. Just gives the whole club a lift. But also, if we'd beaten Aberdeen today, then it takes a wee bit of the pressure off appointing a new manager. Not in terms of, yes, we need to get the appointment right, but in terms of the pace at which everything happens, because
another game's passed without a win.
Yes, exactly. So if you beat Aberdeen, then you're thinking, right, the board can take a wee bit more time. You got St Mirren after the international break. You're almost like, ideally you want the next manager in ASAP, but if for whatever reasons, like McKinley talked about snags, if something happened, then you can have a wee bit more time, because then you feel comfortable with the way the team are kind of progressing under Fox, that you can even have the St Mirren game. So you're not trying to rush in an appointment, but I think that's with the team bottom of the table, you're wanting a manager in sooner rather than later. However, I do think Fox will have handed the team over in a better position than they were when he took over. There has been improvements in certain areas. Again, the best performance today, kind of players playing in their kind of best position.
Same shape for 3 games.
Yeah, same shape for 3 games. There's been that continuity. So yeah, it's not been. Today's not ideal, but I do think there are positives to take from it, and you're still bottom of the league, still not won a league game, so you wanted to caveat it with all of that, but I still think there was today, out of all the 3 games, showed that Hearts have got plenty. There's plenty there to work with for a new manager. Yeah, it's probably not going to be the best season in terms of league performance, but there's still so much to play for.
Yeah, ultimately the better side against a team that's now 13 games on the trot. So I think that's
a frustrating thing. Just winning and out. They were there to be beat. Yeah. Again, I thought Hearts were the better team for the majority of it. But you do look at Aberdeen, and yes, the red card changes it. But you look at the bench; they were able to bring on Duke
and the mentality.
They were able to make changes. Hearts, you turn to the bench, and there was not a lot of excitement there, or game changers, or match winners. Whereas you look at what Aberdeen have in their squad, they do have guys with pace, they do have guys who can change a game, Duke for example. But it's frustrating because they weren't as impressive as a team who've won 12 in a row.
As you would be expecting going into this.
Yeah,
totally. Well, thanks for joining us once again. Please be sure to check out the reaction to this game on heartstandard.co.uk. There'll be more of that going up, and we will be back at some point next week.